How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another weekly watch list. Missed last week because of an illness, but we are back in action. So this is actually my last watch list of my living in my current state of Texas before I move to a new state next Sunday, and I'll be moving to North Carolina. So if anyone out there lives in North Carolina, drop a comment, let me know. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. It's going to be covering my key levels, supply and demand, Fibonacci, whatever zones. For SPY, S&P, QQQ, IWM, even though I'm not trading at the moment, and also ES and NQ and SPX as well. So let's get into it. Starting things off, we have the previous day high and previous day low. Those are my first levels I'm always watching. Previous day low, this level I had already had on the chart, and we bounced it perfectly on Friday. So it was a previous all-time high. So this was our all-time high back in the summer of last year. Came up, had a nice bill pullback, came up, rejected it again, and then it became support. And obviously, take a look at that candle here, elevated volume, very bullish candle, previous all-time high, maybe turned to resistance, turned to support. So I would be curious to see if this is kind of the end of this short-term correction, and see if we move up to all-time high. So I'm going to be watching. I honestly look at this candle here, and it gives me good risk for reward for like a swing, like a monthly option for like a call. So, we'll see. I could potentially looking at like a 575, 580, SPY call, but I would like to see if Monday, if we open up and we move back down here and test this a little bit. So again, I'm not a swing trader. I don't do any swing trading, but it's something that I'm not opposed to. And it's something that when I see something like this, it seems so obvious with good risk. If we get a daily close below this 565, it just shows me that, okay, bulls are not going to hold that, and, there'll be a lot more room down most likely. So it seems like, holding a previous all-time high as support again would be a very good idea for the bulls if they want to get back up to new all-time highs in the near future, of course. So anyways, that's a big level, previous day low. So, if we break and retest below the previous day low, I'll be looking at shorts. My next demand zones are going to be down here. I have this 2-hour demand zone here, so I actually need to bring this rectangle over here. So down here at 560, 559, and then below that, a previous day low down here at 555. Actually, no, sorry, not 555. Forgive me. It's 552. So and then we have all these potential levels. I mean, these are old. These are from September. So I probably would remove some of these for sure. We'll see if they even get tested. It looks like they were kind of blue will be potential levels for me, or pivots. And you can see we had a couple pivots off this level here. So, we'll see. But really, as far as like demand goes, under the 552, my next one would be all the way down here at 539, or potentially this used to be a 2-hour and 4-hour demand zone back here in August. Did break through it, but I did keep it on my chart for whatever reason. Again, that was many months ago. So, but really, like these previous day lows will be next up down here at 539. As far as resistance go, I do have a decent amount of supply. Of course, with a downtrend like this, you're going to make a lot of supply. So we have all kinds of supply zones. If I just go to the 4-hour here, we have a 4-hour supply zone here at 582. We have previous day high at 580 above this previous day high. We have 15-minute supply, 30-minute supply up here. All kinds of stuff. We got another 4-hour supply up here at 594. So I'll just be watching for the moves in between these zones or for a rejection coming out of them. So ES is obviously going to look very similar. For futures, I don't trade futures, but I just use them as confluence for my SPY QQQ trades. You can see we had a really nice bounce here at this, again, previous all-time high. I mean, it looks even better on ES. That's like a bullish doji there. It looks awesome. So it does make me think, hopefully, we'll see what happens, but it does make me think that we will see a move back up, start like this week, get like a nice green week. We'll see. We'll see if it continues or just another, red week after that. But on ES, looking at supply and demand, we do have this previous all-time high. Below that, we do have this gap here. So I'll be watching that. And if not, my next main zones are going to be down here at 55.37 and 55.62. Okay. And again, these are older zones. These are from the fall. So things could change. I'm not going to be, just placing a trade at these levels, that things need to confirm, of course, as always. All right. And then is looking at supply. My first supply zone is going to be this 1-hour supply zone up here at 58.61. So I'll be watching that. We rejected it twice. It was previous support. I do have another, like 15 or 30 minute supply zone here. So not necessarily a huge zone. It does kind of line up with this 5,900. So if we get above this 1 hour supply, that would be like my next target. And then of course we have all this supply up here, just like we saw in SPY. So let's go over to QQQ. QQQ, very similar look. I don't believe I have some previous all-time high. No, I don't. It's not that same situation. But again, we did get a very bullish candle on the daily, elevated volume. Obviously, it follows S&P as well. So we do have this zone here, though. This 477 has been a nice area. So it looks like it has flipped to support or very close to that. So again, if I'm picking a bias, which I don't do, I would be, bullish and think that we continue moving up, okay? Above previous day high, my next zone is going to be up here at 498, and then above that I have supply at 501, and then another previous day high / also 15 and 30 minute supply zone at 504. So let's go over to NQ. If we do keep moving down, basically with SPY and QQQ, I will simply I have those levels on there from July, August, September, but I would rather than taking a bounce, if we keep bleeding that hard, I'm really not going to be looking for bounces. That's going to help me define more demand zones. So my demand zones on those, I'm not super confident just because they are so old, but we will see if we create new demand, then I'll mark it out on the chart. So if we go over to NQ, we had this daily, okay, we had this daily demand zone that we're bouncing. So, and it looks the same on SPY and QQQ as well as SPY. I think we had just kind of broke it, but QQQ looks pretty nicely. I can't remember what SPY, but this is a very nice candle. I mean, this is a very bullish candle in a demand zone, daily supply, all the way back from the fall, so I'll be watching for that zone to hold. I'm not interested in shorts underneath until we are underneath this zone down here at 19,500, right? Next area of rejections, I do have this 30-minute supply zone that looks very nice. We rejected it twice, but on the way up, a little bit of a pivot here at 2490. So I'll be watching this zone first. But this looks pretty solid for rejection. All right, if we come down here, this will be my area for a bounce anywhere between here. I didn't want to move the zone all the way up to the daily wick. It just would have been a huge zone. SPX, I just keep very simple. It's just the previous day high and lows that are marked. And then if they go untested, they just stay on the chart. Previous day high and low are in red. Other levels are in white. So previous day high and low. Above the previous day high with 5,800, whole psych number, keep those on. And then the next at 5,811. But really, if I'm really looking at rejection, this would look a lot more possible, 5866. So then lastly, IWM. So I'm not trading IWM currently. I took it off. It just was way too erratic. Very little follow through. Just annoying is basically what I'm trying to say. So previous day high, previous day low. Above the previous day high, 209. And then above that, next zone is going to be all the way up here at 216. Below the previous day low, our next demand is going to be at 200, and then below that 196. Same thing, those zones are pretty old, right? Below this 190, below this 200, and even the 200 is from July. So, again, I would be a little bit cautious for trying to grab a bounce on these. All right, I'd rather wait for new demand to form and mark that out. Anyways, so that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Coming up, this August will be 3 years of doing these watchlist videos, which is insane. So I can feel my trading just getting better and better and better every session, journaling, backtesting, reviewing, weekend reviewing, creating a game plan for the next week and doing it over and over and over for 2 years now, going on 3 years. It's going to pay off. It will pay off for you as well. Obviously, you just have to keep going and keep learning. And especially when there is doubt, which there will be doubt, you have to push it aside as best as you can and keep moving forward. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all a fantastic week inside and outside the market. And I'll see you all in the next watch list. Peace.